great news for the club that Jonny Lomax has signed a new long-term deal for the club.
Yeah, it's brilliant, to come on the back of Robes re-signing. It gives the club a 9-1 long-term. They're both wonderful players, local juniors that come through the St.Helens system, grown up in St.Helens, love the club, and very, very good players, as I said, in important positions. So it gives the club not only short-term but long-term stability.
I think we're talking about a player with a lot of potential here. So what have you seen of him these last 12 months? How have you seen him come on that gives you real hope for the kind of rugby player he's going to turn out to be one day?
Look, Johnny can play well at 7, 6, 1. We feel for this club, 1's his best spot to move forward in. Obviously, the club's had a great fullback for many, many years in Wello. They're probably the best in the competition for 10 or 12 years. And Johnny's now assumed that role, so Johnny's taken over from Wello and Robes has taken over from Kieran, and Kieran and Wello being the best in those positions for long term help give the club obviously a successful era, and now the confidence that the staff and the playing group having Johnny as a 1 and Robes as a 9. We feel if we put the right people around them that they then can provide the same successful years as what Kieran and Wello and that did.
So wearing that number 1 jersey that Paul Wellens has for so many years, there's a fair old amount of pressure that'll come with that, I suppose.
Yeah, no, there is, but Johnny's come up through St Helens, through the system, and he wore long his jumper too, so again another great player that played many, many successful years at the club during a great era, so I don't think the pressure's any worry to Johnny there.
Looking at that top table there, the ages in particular and the quality of the players that you're on that top table there that are all signed for this club for quite a while, must give you real optimism and security going forward as head coach of the club.
Well, the club's long-term future is looking good. Last year a lot of people were quite negative about certain things that happened, and but what it does for you long-term when I think we had 13 debutants, mostly were kids that come through the junior system at St Helens. Most have now re-signed for longer term. A lot of them have bright futures in the game. They all know they need to keep working hard, and obviously the people you put around them are important as well. But for the long-term future of the club, to have a lot of young British players, and young being the key word there, because St Helens went from being a very, very old squad to a very, very young squad in the space of 6 months. So the roster's been de-aged a fair bit, and the club's future is looking good.
The quality, as I touched on there, the likes of James Rowe and Johnny could quite easily have gone elsewhere to play the rugby league, and I'm talking about the NRL here, but they've chosen to stay at St Helens and in Super League.
Yeah, I think both players could quite easily leave and go to the NRL, and Robes, we know Robes had a lot of interest. I'm sure if Johnny put his name out there, I'm sure he'd have plenty of interest, as there's plenty of players at numbers of clubs over in the Super League who would be very, very good players in Australia. And as we're seeing each year, there's clubs losing players. It's very, very great for the St Helens club that these younger British players are actually re-signing with St Helens and staying in the team they probably supported as a kid, and that can help the club hopefully get some success again.